Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Damage Control. This is Mookie, joined here again with my brother Darth Beaver, and also Menace. He's taking a break right now. But yeah, welcome everyone again to another show. We truly appreciate you guys tuning in here every, I guess I won't say every week, but weekday or whenever it is that you guys happen to catch us on the YouTube channels. Thank you for being there and watching this. So what's up, Darth? How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Mookie.
All right, good. So I'm cutting off the music, messing around with that. All right, so what we're going to be talking about today is really just some exciting news. I mean, the main thing that I know, especially Darth wants to jump right into, is start talking about the Dark Code, the Scourge event, and the Horseman, everything that the game has coming on the horizon. We'll definitely touch base on that towards the end of the show. But we're also going to go into talking about the present events going on and kind of recapping the past. There isn't too much of past events. I don't want to keep harping on to the whole Stark stockpile stuff. I know that's the hot topic going on, but I'm going to move past that. And mainly, I wanted to touch base because the one event that's currently running that was part of the past event, as I go ahead and jump into the gameplay here, is this Kate Bishop. Now, Darth, I mean, did you go aggressive on her last week? As far as when that first event rolled out?
Yeah, I got the top 1%, and that's what I'm doing again this week.
Okay. And the top 1%, of course, that gets you into the 100 shards over here. And where are you at right now as far as these points?
I'm behind this week. I've done a lot more no-look rotations, as I call them, where I just don't pay attention to the opponents. I got 51 million, a little over 51 million, and I have like 3 rotations left and a bunch of recharges if I wanted to use them. Okay. I'll end around 60 million, and I should be fine.
And that's good. Hey, I just took a break. I don't know. I just lost. I think it's, when there's so many Blitz events that starts happening and stuff, you just kind of get into this worn out process. But it's twofold for me personally. I just had like a lot of stuff going on this weekend as far as my kids playing basketball now, and there's like a big thing going on. So my daughter's in basketball, my son's in basketball. I'm running around, so I don't have time to be looking through my phone and doing these Blitz rotations. Nor am I going to set up a timer out loud so everyone can like hear what's that for? Start getting those questions from these little 5-year-olds. But
it's for my kid game.
Yeah, exactly right.
You don't set an alarm for Pokemon?
Start that, So like, and I guess it's why, because I even looked and I realized like, well, I don't have to go that hard for 100. I mean, I kind of know that within the rankings I'll be able to get the next level up for her. So that's what happened.
To get 1%. But I'm at 31 out of 130, so I need 99 shards as of right this minute. So it's a little more pressure for me to get there.
Yeah. Okay. And I guess the second part of it is, it kind of goes back to last week. I remember you telling me that I asked you a question, which I want to kind of do this a little bit, as far as like your focus. And I asked you what the Young Avengers were on your kind of personal ranking. And I think you told them they're like 5 as far as like team importance that you're currently working on. And I think that's kind of true for me a little bit. I mean, if I bring up my Young Avengers here, I do want to get them to, I know you have them at G12 for you, but for me, I'm kind of pushing like a mix of G13 and G14 is really what I want to do personally. And because for me, it's like once they're there, then it's forget about it kind of attitude. And then they're just kind of like an annoyance there on whoever my war opponent is. So I'll bring that up here because, yeah, they're war defense. They're not currently any type of event releases and all that kind of stuff. So I can see why they're number 5 on the list. But what I wanted to ask you is, who's your number 1? Like, as far as your daily farming or gold resources, whatever, gear resources, what's the number 1 team currently on your roster that you're kind of looking at focusing on upgrading?
I guess my Dark Hunters is what I'm focusing on right now. The brand new War Offense team that doesn't even have Morbius out yet. Because even though I've got all those characters to level 85 and gear 14 right now, which is where I'm holding them, every day my farming focus is on gear 14 Mystic gear. So I got to make sure that 200 of my farming energy goes towards the 2 pieces of 14 gear for Mystic characters. And that's pretty much it. And everything else, I do a lot of gear. I don't have too many characters anymore that I farm. So mostly my main team that I'm focusing on, and the main thing I'm getting ready for is a full Dark Hunters team
Okay.
that can go out and kill a Heroes for Hire team. War One or War Two after they're all released.
Yeah, and this show, I mean, we'll definitely be talking about Dark Hunters pretty aggressively, even leading into the War Instincts part of the second part of our show here on Twitch. But like, I guess because I'm looking at it, I just have this immediate question. I don't want to forget asking you. Obviously, there's only four. Morbius ain't gonna get unlocked here until like maybe another 2 weeks. I saw in some data mine that Morbius is gonna be a milestone event released on March 18th. But who's the fifth one? Like, who do you more than likely do you want to gear up and have them as part of this, 5 player rotation for the Dark Hunters?
Yeah, that fifth spot is in holding because I don't want to overinvest in Mordo if he's not going to be an efficient choice or the best choice. And I do have a Gear 15 Hella sitting there. So for now and in my practices, I've been using both of them. But I think when I practice to start, I'm going to try to just take out Mordo and leave the bigger, beefier Hella in there.
Okay.
So that's my plan for now. But I mean, my Mordo is Gear 12. He's not that far away. Getting to Gear 13 is nothing. Literally, the only bottleneck for me is that Gear 14.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Willie? Willie just jumped in there talking about Blade for sure being that fifth. But yeah, this is that supernatural team that you're talking about. This is kind of where people are plugging in as the fifth, looking at Mordo, or then Hela. Some people use Hela as a supernatural hybrid. But yeah, I'm in the same boat. I mean, shit, my Mortal's at 3 red star, and I'm like, he's always been the weak link here for me. So it's a struggle. And I guess I haven't tested as much as you have right now on the war, and I need to go into it, which is kind of good that we're going to talk about it today in that War Instincts. But yeah, Hell is the one that I have as the fifth one. That's at least moving in the future once Morbius comes out. That's who I want. Just that I've always loved her spread ability attack, that ultimate that she has. So that's kind of where I'm leaning towards
I
as
don't buy
well.
War Instincts now, but I'll tell you why Hell is a really good choice. Because Ghost Rider gives you every Mystic Ally or whatever. He gives him speed bar when the negative effect is applied. And when a Greg dies, speed bar is taken away from the team. Or from the enemy team. So if you can load a Greg, and Greg goes early. So like right now I'm using that team against a Web Warriors, but you just go in and attack somebody with the Web Warriors. You leave a debuff because you leave heal block, and then Spider Gwen kills him as a retaliate, and he drops, and they lose turn meter. And then he helps with the turn meter game, him dying and him laying out more debuffs.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we'll talk about that later then once we do that.
Sorry.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I mean, yeah, I definitely, that's just like a little preview. So there's a lot to talk about, man. And it's cool because it's like you've already hit on it. You're already doing some theory crafting behind it. So it's a fun team overall. So I can see the excitement why they're number one on your list as far as your farming. So kind of going back into that, like that kind of like for me, I've been like toggling up between like, okay, do I get Younger Avengers, start working on Dark Hunters? I definitely don't want to forget about them. And the third team there was another team I know I've been kind of looking at here. Now I'm kind of forgetting, but yeah,
That same line, how's your Web Warriors? Are you fine with your Web Warriors?
yeah, you know what? That's good. Let's look at them
I mean,
because
that would be one that you might want to look at just because this Crucible event, or not the Crucible event, excuse me, the Scourge event.
yeah,
So yeah, Web Warriors look really good. You could probably use some more 15s, but that's probably literally a shortage on
I don't have a
your odds
shortage.
formula.
Well, you know how I
No.
am.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
if yeah. Oh yeah, you do. You can only do one. That's a shortage. You got three that need 25. That means you need 75. You got less than half of what you need.
yeah.
That's a shortage.
But look, I know. Anyways, we won't look into what other stuff I'm hoarding. But I have like one of those things in the supplies that I can start opening up. I forget which one it is, but I have something I can start opening up.
Well, the lead orbs probably.
Yeah,
You can
something
get there.
there. Yeah, I have some heavy freaking hoarding somewhere there. But like, yeah, but
That's it.
I guess for me, I'm curious, and let's just jump right into it, man. So let's talk about a little bit towards well, what you're getting into. Well, All right, I'm too excited. I'm about to jump over something. I'll take it step by
Say
step.
that. Yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
bulldozer, man. I just keep pushing us to different stuff when we're not done. Sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, yeah, we'll talk about the Web Warriors and where to. I mean, because you have them at G15, right? Already across the board. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
yeah, and Scarlet's 16.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I definitely no. I mean, just so I'll take advantage that I'm talking to you here. What would be your recommendation as far as my next G15 between these three over here on the right?
I did Punk just because he's the newest and he does have a huge damage output.
Okay.
I went Punk, OG, and then Miles, and I think that Miles and OG were definitely switchable, like about who you wanted to do first.
Yeah. Okay. It makes a lot of sense. And speaking of Spider Punk and kind of going into the flow of the present, what's going on right now is this event here that's called the Infestation Incoming. There's only 5 days left of this one, so this week is starting to wrap up. I never looked into I This one was one of those friendly events here that you just kind of go about your daily activities and you're able to get through these milestones. And then there's Spider Punk right there. And what was kind of curious about it, I just noticed that I'm kind of close to getting him to the six. Do you have him already at 6 stars?
No, I have him at 5 stars,
Okay.
and I think I'm about 50 shards or 49 shards away from 6 stars.
Okay. So he's been really kind of coming up as far as getting close to the six, and there's two parts of it. Obviously, this one event that we're speaking of for the infestation, and I don't know. I guess that's 4 more shards there that I'll get out of him. But it kind of also leads into this. Let me jump into this other screen real quick because here's this web store. So this is some friendly surprise. Was there any leaks? Did you that you knew that Marvel Strike Force or Scopely was doing this web store? Did you know about this in advance, Darth?
I heard about it, kind of like anybody else that pays attention to MSF in a similar fashion that I do. Heard about it. I think it was OMG or a different content creator. I think I was either catching a Twitch or I caught a brand new video and they were talking about it.
Yeah, I remember he made a video the day it came out, like early, and I got the notification. I was like, this web store, this must be big. You know, like when he drops something that early, he
Right,
wants to
mobile
kind of.
doesn't drop random videos.
Yeah, so that was one of those random videos out of his rotation that kind of sparks, like, okay, there's something going on here. So this right here, kind of going back to what I was talking about Spider Punk, is that I noticed that I only offer that I bought was the one, I forgot what it was called, but it was like a $1 offer that had like 2,000 cores and all that kind of good stuff on it. Maybe
Right.
even. But what's crazy is just looking at the daily rewards. So the daily rewards, you get some energy there, and you told me off before we started recording. Surprisingly, you got yourself a surplus in gold, right? And you're about
Dude,
6 million.
yeah, I've got 6 million gold and like 27 gold orbs right now, and I've been spending. It's not like I've changed my damn spending habits. Actually, I've made sure I've spent almost 3 million a day for 3 or 4 days in a row, getting characters to level 85 that I wanted, and I have lots of gold and lots of training mats left right now.
Are you even
That's probably
getting
not
you
the
getting
thing to do,
inventory
but
in those gold orbs too?
hmm?
Are
Oh yeah,
you?
I've got 27 of those. Yeah, I'm not opening those right now, so it's a good amount of gold for me.
That's
It's not a lot for a lot of people, but like it's because of this store. It's because of the events section in here where I was collecting the Blitz, where you get points for blitzing or wherever
right
it was.
here.
Like I
This
finished.
is the one
Yeah,
right
I
here.
finished that. Oh man, you have lots to go.
No, it should be finished. It's like right here. It says 100%,
Oh,
100%.
oh yeah,
Yeah, see,
it's
they're
all
all
claimed.
claimed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I claimed it too.
So yeah, you're like me. You're finished with all of it. But those orbs,
Yeah,
those little red, white, and blue star orbs, those are better than premium orbs. Those are 10 times better than premium orbs. Like those are premium orbs, and premium orbs are the new basic orbs.
yes. And I mean, in between, that's where here's your million gold. You know, when you get to the ninth milestone, got over here to the 19th, they dropped in even that as part of the rewards to claim. And if I don't know if I can see, yeah, it just kind of talks. It's a launch party. And you know what stinks? This is gonna hurt. Like, I wonder if this is just a one and done, or they're gonna kind of keep recurring with this.
That's what sucks about it. It feels like it's gonna be on. Like they're probably gonna do another event like this where there's some stuff, but I don't think it'll be the same orb. I mean, it would be cool if it was. It would certainly make people always come back to their website every day.
Yeah. So here I was jumping back onto this the gameplay here so we can take a look a little bit closer into that orb. We're talking about the launch party orb. And this one, it's just insane. So this is kind of going back to what the theme is with the Web Warrior. See, and then here's Spider-Punk. So I've been getting some resources through him on this orb here too. And but just besides him, I mean, you got these other key characters that I haven't gotten up to 7 yet. That I mean, it's just been amazing as far as being able to open up these orbs just for those shards themselves for the characters that they're releasing. You got the Eternals in there too. So
Dan, just answering a question for chat. It's not Dan. That's a name I can't pronounce. I'm just gonna call him DB. No, I do not hoard the gold orbs usually. I'm a big time spender, which is why it's crazy for me to have 27 gold orbs right now. I like to spend 3 million a day, not 1 million a day. So I usually run into a gold shortage.
yeah, and like me on the other side, and Willie, who's part of the chat there for you, we're kind of more the hoarders. Darth is on
They
the
are the
total
polar
opposite.
opposites.
Yeah, he's definitely opposite. Yeah, and then here, I guess everything on here. I thought there was. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Yeah, here's the right and the left. You know what? There was like a glitch. I don't know if you caught it. I took a screenshot, but like the right side wasn't opening up for me one of these times that I was doing this launch party. I was wanting to get in the left and the middle, and I never thought about like sending a ticket or talking about it. I was just like, well, I was so happy with just them having this orb that I didn't even complain about it, you know. So, but yeah, those sort of training mats you were talking about. So you're getting some training mats. Here's some of those,
Oh, like I was getting 200 and 100,000 drops on the side. Like I came up quite a few million in gold because of those orbs.
Yeah.
And because of the way, 2 million just from collecting the milestones.
Yeah, so definitely that web store was a blessing for those as far as that need the resources and stuff. And I mean, they're able to, as long as they linked up those accounts. Look at Willie.
I'm reading Willie right now, but Willie's not buying in, huh? Even for all the extra Blitz rewards, huh? All you're doing is linking your account to a website. This is just me. I know Willie's a far smarter player than I am. I'm the idiot that dives headfirst into anything.
Let's break it down a little bit here, because I think you're kind of like me, Darth, where it's like we don't want to like force someone to do something they're not comfortable with. But at the same point, it's like, hey, man, especially for the free-to-play people, it's like this is a good resources here to kind of help you. And how do I jump back into this window? Where am I at? Over here. So like on this one, Willie, like, yeah, the only thing, I didn't have to give out emails. I didn't have to give out my cell phone or anything like that. It's literally just linking up the your player ID and then the unique one here. Let me go back. Sorry, I gotta go back and forth.
You can just
yeah. So let's go.
I think you can just do it through the options. I think you can go right to the website through the options.
Yeah. So we're up here in that cog. Go into the options, and then as you go over here,
Let's just get access. It's probably because you're already in.
Yeah. So here's the player ID, and I'm already into.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So you do the player ID over here, and then it's gonna reveal. Of course, I can't do that, but it'll give you an access code.
Do that.
Yeah, and all you do is open up a web browser, whether I did it on my cell phone. I even this morning I came up on here to get ready for this stream, and I did it on the PC too. And it's literally, you can just click on this button. It takes you to the blog post onto the MSF site, which is what I'm doing over here. And once you get to the site, now that I've logged in, you can see my little icon on the upper right. But once you link in your player ID and that reveal code, then it logs onto it. And what I would say for those that are kind of worried about them doing like being part of your phone, it's a web browser. You could just log off of it. I mean, and that's my theory. But again, there might be some technical stuff that Willie, he is way more smarter than me as well, that he can kind of see that maybe he doesn't want tracking or wants the roaming or whatever kind of stuff that can happen when you log on to stuff. But I would think you just shut off your browser and just or log off on here, and then all that can go away after you claim your rewards. I mean, that's my theory. But
at least a smart fish, dude.
Yeah,
Willie doesn't go into the boat. Me, I go into the boat.
Yeah.
I'll eat that carrot. We'll see what's up. Yeah. We'll fix it later.
All right. Let's go ahead and just jump right into the blog post. And so that's, currently the web store is kind of the hot topic right now as far as resources, free resources in a way. So, but now jumping into the blog post here, this is the big news that's coming out here for, players' excitement for like new events, new things coming up on the horizon. And they talk about the introduction of the first Horseman here being Morgan Le Fay. And she's I'm not going to talk about her kit and go into all the details. But there's two main things to kind of pick up on here, and I guess the first one, which Darth was introducing me or helping me, summarize the blog post because again I didn't read it in depth, unfortunately. But it's this that she's gonna be part of the Darkhold team, and part of the Darkhold team is gonna go ahead and consist of Morgan Le Fay and Scarlet Witch. So those are the two knowns. The three unknowns are yet to come, and I'm guessing they're going to be part of maybe one of those silhouettes that they kind of do before each of their patch releases. So stay tuned for that. And I guess what's your first impression off of this one, Darth, as far as Morgan Le Fay and her having her own individual team?
It's gonna be crazy. Like her kit's one of those kits that you need a PhD to completely comprehend. So she's got a book of a kit. On paper, she's going to be ultra powerful. She's got some mind-boggling abilities, as far as I'm concerned. It's just a strange one to eliminate all turn meter on the field, your own guys too. So I'm excited to see how that works. We'll see. I don't know what else to say besides that. Like I'm excited. I'm more excited for her event than I am for the character as of right now, which is crazy.
Yeah, no, it's so it is. It's exciting. It's a whole new format. I don't know with the way they're getting released here. So there's that kit that you're speaking of, where it's just lengthy. Well, you guys can kind of take a look and read that on your own when you're ready. But the next part is just over here. Just talking about like kind of the release method. Now she's gonna be coming out in the Scourge event, and this is the part that again I didn't really read into it too much. I just kind of know the general basic is that there's from these difficulty levels that you're setting, it's like difficulty 1 through 10, but from 1 through 5, it says you have flexible character requirements. So with that, that's almost like basically stating that you can kind of go in with any set team, right? From the difficulty 1 through 5. I mean, there may be some limited restrictions, but going off it still continue.
Like
Yeah, but I guess going on to it is like saying when it gets to the harder difficulties, you're gonna be limited to either use the Web Warriors or Dark Hunters specifically for those missions 5 through 10, and that's kind of where
so
you're
that's my.
excited about it. Yeah,
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead.
but is it 5 through 10 or is it 5 and 10, like they say right there? So I hope it's 5 and 10 would be great for everybody, but I assume it's going to be 5 through 10.
Yeah, the wording sometimes they're kind of
But
off.
anyway, I am super excited about it because I do have my Web Warriors all at Gear 15. I do plan on bringing my Dark Hunters up to Gear 15. I mean, actually, I have plans to bring at least two more of my Web Warriors up to Gear 16. So I'm excited for it. Um, I'm ready. I'm ready to go today on it. Like I want to play it right now.
Yeah,
That's how excited I am.
let me get back onto the blog post here by accident. Yeah, so and I guess the main thing on these difficulty levels, other takeaway off of it, that is like the higher the difficulty, the more like points and bonuses. I guess they're gonna kind of give you like it's gonna be like this collection point system there. That the more points that you get, and this is where the sour part of the news is, right? It kind of determines your ranking on the leaderboard, and they haven't
Yeah.
released the leaderboard yet. But I'm just assuming that based on like point system, I would the way I vision everything is almost like the tower event, right? Remember how you're kind of pushing yourself up to points, and wherever you land on the leaderboard ranking is how many whatever shards or whatever they want to be the rewards for. I mean, is that kind of
Yeah.
how you envision this leaderboard to be as well?
I think that's pretty much exactly what it'll be like. It says it's going to take the score from your highest score from any of your runs. So if you completed a difficulty 5, but you do difficulty 6 with 4 scourges and you only get 75% of the way through, is that more points than completing difficulty 5 the entire way? Like it'll be a really interesting way to figure things out. We don't have enough information for me to have a real conclusive opinion on it.
Yeah. Yep.
But
And
like I said, I'm super excited for it.
yeah, let's take a look. So I was reading the chat, and yeah, DB, we're about the same collection power level. All right. So then the next part of it is over here. They're talking about Doctor Voodoo. So what's interesting, going back to like Dark Hunters here, is that like they're part of that event team that you can create going into the Scourge event. So Dark Voodoo's finally can start coming out here. They're gonna have the what are these called? The milestone? No, I'm sorry, campaign. He's gonna be a campaign event here where they have the different difficulty levels set. Now off of it, when you get to the harder difficulty level, this is where you're going to be constricted to the Spirit Slayer trait. So if I jump back over here to I'm going to jump back into the game, and that way we can take a look at that. Because I didn't really analyze it too much. Usually these are those events that Darth and I, we kind of are able to breeze through them. Just where the roster level that we're at. But yeah, so I mean, looking at it, I already have like the till, the G16 characters over here with those two that I'll probably bring in. But a lot of it is like the supernatural, some mystic characters on here. That's what I noticed is the supernatural characters are all part of this mix. And there's Voodoo right there. So, and there's Morbius. So these are almost kind of like, the war type team, hybrid teams that you're creating. So I'm wondering, is that just to have fun with it? Is that what you're going to do, Darts? Is kind of create your little war team to go into these
Yeah,
missions?
we'll see. I like to say that now, but a lot of times I go efficiency based, so I'm apt to go with my top 5 characters. But I mean, in my list, the top 5 are 3 of the Dark Hunters, so I couldn't see myself leaving out my Gear 16 cloak. So cloak's got a pretty mad kit. I don't know, I'll probably go with my top 5, which is Voodoo, Ghost Rider, White Tiger, Elsa, and Cloak. Like that, honestly, that's probably what I'll do. Because there's 3 hunters there just to smash through and get through it.
Yeah.
Because it's a farming event for guys like us. You got to get through it the first time, and then you need to farm up those nodes.
Yeah, and then that way you aren't sitting on any like cooldowns and stuff. Just keep that thing going so you can get as much of your gears like the farming, like you said. All right, so let's jump back. So that's the Spirit Slayer. So that's coming out on what date I put? March 9th. That's on Wednesday. So that's coming out on Wednesday. Definitely prepare for that. If you're kind of a new mid-game player, don't have your characters ready, definitely start getting that Spirit Slayer and kind of pick the 5 that you want to go with. So that way you can start definitely taking advantage of Dr. Voodoo. And then the next one, it's not on this blog post, but I have it over here on my notes that I'm kind of peeking at. And it's in regards to Morbius. Now, Morbius, he's going to be a milestone event release. And what I saw in the data mine is that he's going to be coming out on March 18th. So that's going to be not this Friday, but the following Friday. So with that, he's going to be a milestone. Don't know the specific reward system, but it sounds like it may be like Blitz related or raid or arena, but keep an eye out. I'm sure that will be on Friday's blog post, the next blog post that will kind of give you more details. But then that's when the 4th member gets released on the following Friday. And the reason I'm kind of thinking about this timeline, because obviously we got news about the Scourge event coming out. So more than likely, like you talked about this, your guess is going to be like towards the end of the next patch, right? Like maybe you say like next month timeline. I would think that the Scourge event would be like,
Yeah, I think it'll be the last third of the next patch probably, because they're gonna. I would assume that they would like next. If I was to do it, next patch would be the Darkhold patch. You would get the 3 new characters and Morgan Le Fay, and Morgan Le Fay would be the 4th release. So you would start her event, 2/3 of the way through, because she's not going to be a purchasable character, so it's not like you're going to be able to buy her. So her release would still have to be the 4th, so they'd have to do it at least after the 3rd sale,
Yeah, got it. So yeah, I mean, so all that's around the horizon there. So that's pretty much it in regards to all the information here that we got going on with the Dark Hunters and Dark Code. Now the other things coming up.
One thing real quick, let's answer DB's question. So I think that free to play will get a chance to unlock him from the event, but yeah, it should be. It's going to be. Hopefully, it sounds like it's going to be a grindy event where you can grind for Blitz tokens, and hopefully they don't cap the amount of credits you can get from Blitz. Those are the kind of events that are the most free to play friendly, where you have the ability to just grind the crap out of the event. So we don't know enough information about that event yet. Everything that we have is from a data mine, which is all subject to change. But I would say that that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Oh no, you're good. That's a good question. I mean, yeah. So I would, double down on that. I think it is going to be a free to play release. Let's see. And
It's going to take them an extra 2 weeks. They'll sell them to us beginning part of this week, and then that event won't be for another 2 weeks. Kind of like Brother Voodoo.
yeah. All right, and then the next thing coming up this week, as far as Blitz characters, showing on March 10th, is going to be the Moondragon. So I'm excited about that. I've been wanting to get her up to 7 already, just be done with. I know she just got farmable as far as coming out on that Dune 2.9 section, but man, every time I'm farming from her since her release, I probably only gotten 2 shards out of it. So I don't know. It's like it's a hard pull there for me. I haven't been getting good lucks on her shards, but this Blitz is definitely going to help me out as far as get her to that 7th level, be done with it, because I'm pretty stingy as far as where I use those daily farming energy campaign energies at. I just use it all for my till gear section.
That's yep.
Let's see what else. So we have the second Blitz is who I'm looking for. Oh, they got here's that Norway Heist. I forgot about that. So that's also going to be coming out. That's that fun one. I couldn't remember. I think you only got your characters to this G14, right, Darth?
Yeah. I'll take him to 15 by the time this next one comes around. I have too much of an SBC crunch. There's just I don't. Nope. I just can't do it this time. I've got too many teams I want to bring up, and they all need SBCs.
Yeah, so I'm still on the fence about that. I'll see. I'm on the G14 as well, and to the point, I got to kind of see if I can squeeze some here and there. That's kind of the way I slow play it. I kind of spread them out. I diversify my characters as far as how I try to bring them up, not all in one going. But we'll see. I'm trying to see where I know I'm missing a second Blitz. Maybe I just Alpha Ray.
It's going to be it's the first Blitz is going to be the Emma Frost Blitz. It's the Dark Dimension 5
Oh,
poll
okay.
winner. It's the tough skin Blitz for Emma. So we can take that Blitz off.
Yeah, okay, that's why I skipped over it. So, all right, but that's going to be it, as far as for today's topics on to the damage control. For those that are still here with us on the Twitch, we're going to jump into War Instinct. So we're going to still talk about Dark Hunters, what's coming with them on the horizon. For those that also got their Omega Red release out there on the second run, congratulations to those that unblocked Omega Red. We're going to go into some practice battles with him because he's kind of I won't say a tricky player, but it's just kind of one of those odd situations when you got a real heavy Omega Red, how it gets targeted by Misty. So we're going to just kind of have fun with it, kind of do some little play testing here to kind of show what the past experiences that I've done. And Darth can kind of walk me through his, on how he goes about his approaches with his Omega Red. So stay tuned for that. So thanks again to you guys on YouTube for checking us out. Catch us again. Oh, show note. I'm not gonna have anything for next Sunday. So taking a day off, have a family spring break vacation, spring break vacation. So I'll be off, but we'll be back on the second Sunday after. So until then, y'all take it easy, and we'll catch y'all later. Bye bye.